coming, and the journey towards the divinity that he wanted to realize and attain. In this path, there are various paths he achieved to attain the divinity using the sixth sense. So today we are going to discuss the paths towards the journey to achieve the divinity, how human evolved different paths, and finally we are going to think about our master Vedatri Maharshi, his contribution towards humanity with the name of Sky Simplified Gundalini Yoga as Manavalakkalai. As we all know, yoga, the definition from the very basic definition from the dictionary, yoga is a physical, mental, spiritual practice that originated. Basically, they say it is from ancient India. The code codified by our great sages. One of the great sage, Patanjali, he is the father of yoga. He developed sutras in the year of 400 before Christ. He has developed 8 ways for the Yoga Sutra, starting from Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. The first 4 limbs for physical, for the body to make fit. Then for the mind, he starts with Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. The first 4 for physical fitness, the next 4 helps you to attain mental fitness, finally to achieve Samadhi. There are different quotes by different scholars. One of the great yoga master, B.K. Iyengar, who says, yoga doesn't change the way we see things. It transforms the person who sees. Same way, the Patanjali, the father of yoga, he says, yoga means stillness of mind and freedom from oscillations and various mental processes. Another scholar saying, yoga adds years to your life and life to your years. So there are different philosophy, different scholars in different region. They contributed many towards the development of yoga. It traveled a lot in different ways. Just I'm sharing few paths. When we say yoga, it is a way of life, the means to live harmony with all things. We say harmony with all things means whether it may be animate or inanimate. So the nature surrounds you, that we need to keep a harmony during our living. It helps to understand their origin and attain perfection. So it helps to know where are we come from and where to go, what to go, how to go. This perfection will come by understanding the concepts of yoga. So our forebears divided this life into 4 stages according to the understanding. They divided into 4 stages and ask us to follow whichever is preferable, whichever is convenient to them. They can choose one of them and follow. It is their freedom of choice to choose. These are the traditional paths, we can say, the yoga travel. The first one, we can say, Bhakti Yoga. In the concept, in the Sanskrit, this Bhakti Yoga was classified under Brahmacharya also. It also with the name of love, devotion. The second one was divided with the name of grahastha, doing the karma with the name of action, service to self and society. The third class is the vanaprastha, the class which is named as Raja Yoga, to have a practice to body and mind, make self-discipline to achieve control of senses, and finally the realization. The fourth one class is the sannyasa, the jnana marga, jnana, path of jnana, knowing the knowledge and understanding self and achieve the path of perfection. So these are the traditional path. We will go one by one. When I say Bhakti Yoga, it is the love under the right circumstances which transforms into Bhakti. Basically, Bhakti focus on love. It can be a love towards the Guru. We can say it is a Guru Bhakti. It can be towards the country as a patriotism. We can say it is Desa Bhakti. Love for God, also we can say it is a divine Bhakti. We are trusting on the God and his manifestation and his actions in the forms everywhere. That realization also we can say a divine Bhakti. Bhakti is very important in the case of children and the people who is incapable of understanding the finer aspects of jnana. You can say it helps them and guide them along the path of virtue and righteousness. But the practice of exploiting the people and cheating them with the name of God, which laid the Bhakti open to ridicule. The path of Bhakti is ideal for entering the portal of jnana, important during the present era of scientific growth and development. The next is karma, karma yoga. When I say karma yoga, the karma means action and yoga means a virtuous way of life. So yoga in action is called karma yoga. So by following karma yoga, we are able to discipline our body and mind. It is very easy to apply for the regular life. It is the ideal one for common man to follow. Every action we perform with the intent that should yield only good results. That is the aim of doing karma yoga. Yielding good results and no action that can harm to self or others, either physically, mentally, immediately or later, is considered. The practice of karma yoga is still ideal for achieving awareness and leading a virtuous life, God realization, as well as peaceful and contented life is possible by following karma yoga. This practice helps to analyze one's own strength and weakness. It is one of the greatest principles, and applied properly which helps to overcome fear, depression, and eradicate painful memories from the mind. Its scientific base, because it works on the cause and effect, action, reaction. So anybody in the scientific era can understand and accept. To the younger generation, they all need the proofs for each and everything. So in this era, it is easy to accept by all people. Karma Yoga is the way of life where the body and mind are disciplined, as I said before, and every action performed with the intent that it should yield only good results. In this Karma Yoga, we have two aspects to be considered. One is gratitude. The next one is awareness. When I say gratitude, it is being the aware of benefactor with the same of sense of faithfulness, being aware of the sense of benefits and remembering it. It is thankfulness and remembering what we get benefited from the society. That is the gratitude. When I say awareness, it is focusing on consequences of one's own action, following the law of nature and cause and effect theory. Thoughts, word, and deeds all have an effect on every action. So for each action, there is a reaction. This key feature is applied on Karma Yoga. The next is Raja Yoga. It is also one of the path with the practice of meditation, which helps to focus our mind and helps the individual to overcome the lure of sense organs and gain mastery over them. Even the common individuals who is following the Karma Yoga, he is also failing on controlling on senses. So one who has the master of his own sense, then mind will be having a perfect control. So we can control our senses by following practices. So in this, the energy, the mental energy, the frequency are taken care. The human mind has the frequency in the range of 0 to 40. So when we apply different types of meditation following the techniques of Raja Yoga, you can have the frequencies lower level, subtle level. From the higher frequency to the lower frequency, we can bring, and the life energy which is controlling our body, that also will become pure, helps to get this mind more focused to achieve the perfection. The last one is the Jnana Yoga. When I say Jnana Yoga, it is the ultimate path following the practice of meditation, which we gain the inner strength, which is utilized for purifying our mind through introspection practices. So here the next stage of Raja Yoga comes. We gain our strength following Raja Yoga. So it helps to achieve the introspection stage. It takes you to the next level of introspection. Evil qualities within us, which we can identify and we can eradicate also. The qualities, purification happens here. So the merging with the divine as a one, that happens following the path of Jnana Yoga. Because the divine is everywhere. That realization comes once you reach the path of Jnana. When I say Jnana and Bhakti, Maharshi gives a classic example. Only mother knows for certain who is the father of child. Jnana is similar to this. It is the knowledge accepting without any doubt. On the other hand, Bhakti is accepting the person whom the mother identifies as one as a father, loving and respecting all through life. It is based on absolute faith. So faith helps to achieve the realization in Bhakti, and the knowledge helps to achieve realization following the path of Jnana. Bhakti can be practiced with the help of books, but Jnana requires a guidance of a guru, a master. Under Bhakti Marga, the aspirant believes the existence of God. But in Jnana Marga, that helps him to realize the presence of divine within himself. Either of the two paths is ideal for ridding oneself of ego and awareness, and duty consciousness shine in them. The contentment, happiness, and peace fill in the mind by following all classical paths which we explain. So it is again another way of explaining. We are explaining the Kriya is the Karma Yoga. Start with Bhakti here, Karma here. Kriya is the Jnana, and the last one, Jnana Yoga, with different examples. Now, let us see a key yoga path with the name of Simplified Kundalini Yoga by our great master Vedatri Maharshi. In Tamil, we call it as Manavalakkalai, Kundalini Yoga. As I said, it is a great art which enrich our mind. Though there are scholars contributed for this perfection, Maharshi devoted his whole life and he practiced himself, attained the results, and then start sharing this to the whole world. As he mentioned, as simplified, why it is simplified? The key name is simplified because there was a era people fear about following yoga practices. There are many restrictions for doing these practices when they are in the family life. It may not be applicable to a common man. There are strict practices, disciplines to be followed. But now everything goes, we are in a different era. Scientific advancement is there, tools are there. We can prove how it works. The electricity theory is evolved, which helps us to understand the concept of magnetism. So, using the scientific tools and techniques, Maharshi developed the whole yoga concepts to reach the younger generation. So you can put this theory into practice. There is no bodhana here. You can follow it as a practice. It helps to replace our beastly imprints and qualities with the divine one. So the divine perfection is achievable by following our practices. What are the physical benefits we are achieving following the Kundalini Yoga? There are many. Just I'm sharing few. The physical benefits are the body is rested and relaxed because it has, I will share the next slide. It has 4 parts. Body is rested and relaxed. Our breathing is regulated. The heartbeat is slows down. Our longevity is increases. So there are classic practices which we follow. The longevity increase is achieved by following the Kayakalpa, the art of Kayakalpa, which was refined to the current situation. Anybody can do in a very short of time, morning and evening, with the different postures. In a short time, this rejuvenation of our life force is achievable, which helps us to increase our longevity. All other heart, lungs, the nervous system, everything is activated with a simplified physical exercise, which cures the blood pressures. Nervous system is activated by following the Maharasana. The temperature is getting balanced with different postures, acupressures, relaxation. The cells are getting replaced quickly. The dead cells and decaying cells are replaced. So you can see the youthness all the time. This is part of physical, I'm saying. The next one is the mental benefits. When I say mental benefits, the focus and strength of mind that gets improved. The brain has a lot of neurons. The cell neuron, there are proof we are not utilizing our complete brain neurons 100%. There are dormant cells which are not activated. By following our techniques of meditation, the mental acuity is achieved by activating the dormant cells. The ability to understand, which increases by following the meditation practices, because it directly helps to connect it with the brain. There is a saying, as the man thinketh, so he become. Our mind begins to assume the qualities of divine state gradually, following this path. As I said before, in Manavalakalai, the Kundalini Yoga, our sky system, there are 4 pillars, we can say, 4 parts or pillars, which helps to achieve the perfection. The first one is the meditation. This practice helps to strengthen and improve our potentials of our mind. We discussed before. The next pillar is the introspection, which practices that help to purify the mind, because we have the blemishes, ego, imprints, sin imprints. So all these blemishes can be removed, and the God realization can happen by following introspection. The sublimation is the next level pillar. So it helps to purify the mind and strengthen through certain resolves. There are theories to apply. Once you come into the knowledge of Manavalakalai, one can understand what is the way to sublimate, how to get perfection following the different introspection subjects, like start with the moralization of thoughts, anger management, neutralization of anger, eradication of worries, realization, self-realization. So there are different introspection techniques which helps us to take us to the next level of sublimation. At last, the perfection. This is the stage which everybody wants to achieve, finding peace and God realization with purification. Here the purification is the imprints. So we are born in this world because of the imprints. The genetic code continues to eradicate the imprints by following techniques of our sky system, Kundalini Yoga. This perfection can be achieved gradually. So Maharishi, though Maharishi is not, he is available in the universal field everywhere. His thoughts are taught by each and every corner now. The world is turning and seeing the concepts, scientific concepts of Maharishi for the common global unification on science as well as humanity. Our master says realization of truth by enlightenment of consciousness only can relieve man from the slavery of ego, aggression, and possessiveness and their byproducts of temperamental moods. It is one of his famous quote. Just I want to summarize our session with his quotes. The another quote of Maharishi is, the purpose of life is to get liberated from the imprints accumulated through generations, particularly imprints of sins. So the sins imprints can be purified by following the practice of simple practices of our yoga. We, the volunteers of Sky, helping to achieve this with our knowledge. So whatever we share, it is from the master, what we receive. So I request everybody, get this knowledge and try to achieve peace and happiness among your life. So that helps you to achieve a sensible, responsible person. So the divinity can be achieved with following a common life, following a virtuous way of life. With this, I'll conclude my session. Be blessed by the divine. If any questions on this subject, we can discuss. Thank you, ma'am.